Hey y'all, I'm your host, Aaron Smith of the Offshore Marine Service Association. Each Friday, I'll bring you the Offshore Briefing, a quick rundown of the week's notable developments, updates, and news you need to know in the offshore space. Whether you're on deck or at your desk, we're glad you're here. All right, welcome everybody to Maritime in America. As always, I am your host, Aaron Smith, here with my co-host, Angel Johnson and Ashley Smith. How are y'all doing?
Good, thank you. I thought you were about to say Aaron Smith again.
No, I guess I'm a co-host, but usually the host.
Doing good. A little bit tired, but we're making it.
Well, and we hope that everyone...
We're basically all newborns. Daylight savings is killing us.
No.
Specifically me.
No,
Go to bed at like 7:30 at night.
That's what, 30 minutes before your usual time?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we hope everyone is listening to this on their way to the
AMSA Fall Golf Tournament. Oh, I'm sorry, the AMSA Open.
The AMSA Open, yes, the
Super
alliterative
excited.
title that I came up with.
We have so much going on for the AMSA Open. So many cooking sponsors out there. Greg Swift with Vard will be out there. Jay Swift Bollinger will be out there. Bobby with Carl Center will be out there. Can't wait for a lamb chop, lollipop.
Lamb lollipop,
Lamb
yes.
lollipop, thank you. Who else is going to be out there? Oh, Louisiana Cat will be out there. Kongsberg will be out there. If I missed anyone, I think there's some more.
No, I think that's all of our cooking sponsors.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting, and I got some great prizes for I hit it and win it at the end, which was always so much fun. So yeah, excited.
Yes.
And if y'all see me trying to take home a stray cat, please don't allow me.
No, well, that's not going to happen.
Last year it almost happened.
Yes. All right. So, what are you calling your segment now?
Ashley Tidbits.
Ashley's
Ashley's wise words. I don't know. It will come to me, and I will let everyone know. I have a really quick one today.
I will just say before we get to Ashley's dumb segment, we do have useful news about Coast Guard notifications. Please stick around.
Mine will be short and simple. Just a shout out to all those who ran for office and succeeded, including Aaron's friend, the now governor of our former state, Virginia.
That's governor-elect.
Governor-elect Abigail Spansberger. Spansberg.
No, Abigail Spanberger.
Spanberger, right. I know a girl named Kate Spansberg. That's what I'm thinking of. Anywho, I didn't know her. You knew her.
Yes, I do.
So I just wanted to do a shout out to everybody. And I have her governor shirt. I'll be wearing that in solidarity with her. I'm excited.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
That's all I got to offer today.
All right, yeah. All right, Angel, anything from you?
So there was another update. So the U.S. Coast Guard National Maritime Center released another update to mitigate the impact caused by the government shutdown, and pretty much everything was moved like a month back. So all of the like the merchant mariner credential and medical certificates that expired last month and this month, October and November, they will now remain valid until January.
It was mid-January, right? Or was it end of January?
End of January.
End of January, yeah.
Sorry.
So they moved it from December 31 to January 31.
Correct, yes. Additional information letters, approval to test letters, training course completion certificates, all of those that expired October and November are now extended same date, January 31st of 2026. And also qualified assessors and designated examiner certificate letters and course approvals that expired in October will remain valid until February 28th of 2026, and those that expired in November or on November 30th of this year will be extended to March 31st of 2026.
Which is, again, another month.
Yes.
So from update 2. Now, that's great, and appreciate the dispensation being provided by National Maritime Center here. What I get frustrated with on this, besides being frustrated at the government shutdown, but what I get frustrated with is that last week
the CVC, Commercial Vessel Compliance, issued an extension of STCW credentials and dispensation for that. The National Maritime Center issued one only for national endorsements, and Change 3 only affects national endorsements and says that only national endorsements have been affected.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to specify.
Yeah, never mentioning that STCW was extended by the CVC MSIB notice. Put it all in one place. This isn't difficult. Why do you have one center? I know it's in West Virginia and apparently can't talk to Washington, D.C., which is like 90 miles away. But you have West Virginia issuing extensions on one thing. You have D.C. issuing extensions on another, but not putting everything in one unified place so that people can see it and find it easily. That just does not make any sense to me. And I know I've had 2 AMSA members reach out to me about that point and be like, hey, does Change 3 of the National Maritime Center notice supersede the CVC notice? No, we don't think it does, but it doesn't say. So they need to be more clear with these things, and I wish they would push them out in a more unified fashion, because we don't need to do this piecemeal. And does this affect that? It doesn't say. It's silent on the matter. It's just not a good way to give clarity to the industry. And that's what, I mean, an MSIB is a Marine Safety Information Bulletin. It's almost the definition of its name. It should be providing clarity. Wish it would do so more. So that's what I saw that as well, and was, again, glad they issued that, but wish it would provide some more clarity.
And hopefully they won't have to issue another one for next month.
Yes, obviously that's what we all hope. I am, it was what everyone was saying that I've heard, and I'm not taking a position on this, but just what we are hearing, because I do know AMSA members have been calling in to ask about this, is what I was hearing early on was that if the Democratic candidates in New Jersey and the Commonwealth of Virginia and the Supreme Court nominees in Pennsylvania, the California ballot initiative, and a few other races, odds and ends around the country, where those fell would kind of determine if there would be more negotiations to end the shutdown. What I have heard since is that there has been, since Democrats overperformed what everyone thought they would do, there has been less of an interest in negotiations. As a result, if anyone saw this morning, Thursday morning, the president was directing Senate Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. Senate Republicans were pushing back against that notion. So it seems to be, while there was looking like there might be a light at the end of the tunnel, kind of early in this week, it appears now more likely that light at the end of the tunnel was a train. And so how about that for a saint?
That was a good one. I had a giggle on that one.
Okay, see?
I like that one better than half by two halves by a cuteness.
Oh, jeez. Too cute.
Too cute
By half.
Too cute by half. Come on. These are common sayings. Okay. So that is what we're hearing in terms of the shutdown.
Abigail can, Governor-elect Abigail Spangenberger can help us.
I don't see how, considering she's a statewide elected official and currently not a federal official. She was a member of Congress, but has subsequently stepped down to run for office. So I don't see how she could help. All right. Well, the story I wanted to talk about today is every quarter there is a Seafarers Happiness Index that comes out. And it's for national, it's for international mariners, but does survey some mariners. And it's just a good kind of guide of what mariners are thinking. And it said that in the third quarter of 2025, that the happiness of seafarers fell to 7.05 out of 10. And it had previously been 7.09 0.54 index. So, the index really doesn't mean anything. It's good when you look at it in context of which direction is it going. But, so I don't think that the number really means anything. But I think when you drill down into some of the data in here, what I think, or not even the data, what some of the respondents have said, there is a lot of interesting information in there. And the biggest point that I pulled out of this was that the respondents said way too much time is being spent in classrooms having to do refresher and revalidation courses, and that's taking time away from their families. And I think that is the biggest takeaway that I took from this guide. And this was I believe we put this guide in Friday Fast Facts, and we're going to put it again in this week's Friday Fast Facts. So if you want, please make sure you look at it, because it shows that we can't just keep lumping refresher training and revalidation training and every other sort of training on mariners when you're just taking time away from their home lives. That's the give and take of this industry, right? We've had so many people on the podcast talk about that, yes, you are away from home for a long time, but when you're home, you're home. But if when you're home, you're in class, that's not doing any favors for you, and it's driving people out of this industry. And I just bring this up because if you want to hear more about this and you want to hear some ideas on exactly where we can reduce these courses, I know that on the AMSA Fall Conference next Tuesday,
November 11th at the Westin from 1 to 5 with cocktails after, we have an awesome panel about mariner education, how to make it work for everyone.
And I know John Fondo, this is one of his primary points, and he's going to be talking about it.
Maritime, MMCs, Nate Gilman with MMCs, and then we'll have Eric DeWicki with Northeast Maritime.
Yep.
It's going to be a really good panel.
It will be a great panel, and I think I wanted to bring up this because it's a great example of exactly what John is talking about.
I'm sorry. Nate Gilman, who is an AMSA member.
Yes, Nate Gilman, AMSA member. AMSA member Nate Gilman.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it'll be a great panel, and I really look forward to exploring this point. So I wanted to bring up this story. And the last point I would say is I likened what the respondents said about the training to what the respondents said about the food on board. They said one of the biggest comments that not U.S. mariners, but foreign mariners said was that on board their vessels, there was, quote, too much food, but not tasty. Just like there's too much training, but not worthwhile. So I thought that it was their comments actually about the food and the training were the same. So.
Yes, a part of the nutrition, including the nutrition, the taste of food is very important. Coming from a foodie.
Yes. So, well, those were the stories I think we had this week. Ashley, anything else from Tidbit Corner, or what are you calling it?
No, my brain is pretty fried from preparing for the golf tournament tomorrow and the conference, but I'll have some for next week for everyone.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of the Offshore Briefing. Again, hope everyone is on their way to the AMSA Open today, and we look forward to seeing you later today. Everyone, be safe. Take care.
Bye.
Happy Friday.
That wraps up another episode of Maritime in America. We're proud to highlight the voices and stories that keep the American offshore industry strong. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and remember, the course ahead is shaped by those who step up and steer it. If you liked what you heard, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your crew. Tune in every Friday for your offshore briefing, and don't miss our next full episode, dropping soon with a very special guest, Mariner's Perspective. Catch you next time.